Hi, everyone. My name is Tom Keaveney. I was the president of 605, which, as most people know, was acquired by iSpot in September 23. Now I run business development across the combined company. And in our business, what that really means is it's everything that doesn't sit in the core of either brands and agencies on the buy side, programmers and publishers on the sell side, and actually includes great people like DSPs and long-term strategic partnerships. I think most people view iSpot as being a measurement company. I think it's actually a lot more nuanced than that. And I sometimes describe it to people as being like a performance company. So we do really interesting things to get ad spend more effective, either by delivering the right audience in a more efficient way or reducing waste. In my mind, it feels much more like a performance company. Simply, in my mind, it's about making ad dollars work harder. They've all got complex problems, right? None of the problems we solve are easy. But actually, one of the things that I think we do very effectively as a business is give them simple solutions to those complex problems. And that's based on people in our business who can do really smart things, but articulate them in a very simple, easy to understand way. And in my mind, it all foots back to that fundamental thing about making ad dollars work harder. It's people. I mean, internally, we've got great people. I've described what they do. They make complex problems very simple. We have long-term partnerships within business development, which are almost strategic. They're kind of trying to figure out how our business is going to evolve over the next 18 to 24 months, the things that are threats to our business, the opportunities that new technologies create. But it's also working with great customers. I said earlier on that we work with people on the buy side, we work with people on the sell side, and we work with DSPs and people in between. The coolest thing about this is doing great things to improve their business, but also having fun along the way. Well, we're still solving a fundamental problem which the industry has grappled with for 40 years, which is consistent, uniform measurement in a converged way. And our landscape has got so much more complex. We've got a wall of content which is hitting households. We've got multiple means of consuming it. We've got a proliferation of devices in those households. Actually, just solving that unified measurement piece is a hugely important battle. And I think iSpot as a business is probably the most advanced in thinking about that in a homogeneous way. I'm sure people have shared our corporate themes for 24, and the two that really resonate with me are audiences and outcomes. Audiences is simple. We talked about efficacy of ad spend, ease, showing return on investment. Audiences just helps us reach the right target audience for a brand in the simplest way. So that's hugely compelling. And I think the bit that for me is most exciting is around outcomes. So we're saying, hey, you spent this money, what happens next? Is there a consequential outcome in the real world? Is there sales lift? Does somebody visit your dealer lot? Is there activity at your QSR restaurant? This is real performance metrics, and I think that's really cool. So for me, it's those two things. It's the ability to reach granular audiences quickly and easily, and business outcomes. And if there was one thing I was layering in on top of that, it's worth starting to think about this with the predictive lens. Measurement is kind of retrospective. What happened today? What happened yesterday? But by learning more from the data that we capture, we can start to predict how media is going to perform in the future, and that's a real game changer. I think the best bit of business advice was really simple. I got it from somebody that I admired hugely early in my career, and she said, business life is simple. Just try and be nice. Be respectful to people. Go beyond normal business courtesy. Treat people well. And that's something that I think I've tried to do, and that was definitely the best advice I've ever received. Simple, but has paid back tenfold.